Welcome to Let's Talk Brock.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this today's episode of Let's Talk Brock podcast. Today, we're joined by Luca and Danielle. They're both fourth-year students. Luca is originally from Oakville, and Danielle is originally from Hamilton. Luca is studying intermediate senior concurrent education with teachables in dramatic arts, French, and math. And Danielle is in dramatic arts and history, and she's heading into Teachers College next year, which is so exciting. So they have started a podcast within the Marilyn I. Walker School of Fine and Performing Arts to highlight local artists and opportunities for our graduates that they have within the arts program. We're excited to learn more about arts and variety of opportunities grads have within the field. So thanks so much for joining us today. I'm just going to get right into questions now. So this is for either of you. So what made you choose a teaching career, specifically the teachables that you guys are heading into?
Good question.
Yeah, beauty. I'll guess I'll kick us off, Danielle, and then you can tally on behind me. I think I knew ever since I was a little kid. I remember just always looking up to my teachers growing up and just wanting to be them as much as possible. And then in grade 10 in civics and careers, I typed in like best teaching school in Ontario, just like this super generic search. And I don't know whether it's alphabetical or maybe it's true. I think it's true, but Brock was the top choice. I was like, okay, my heart's set on becoming a Badger. And then it was just history from there. So it's just a love of what I do. And then one lucky Google search.
Oh, know that. I like that. My experience is a little bit different from Luca's. I grew up wanting to be an actor, actually. And I ended up going to Niagara College, and I studied to become an actor at the Acting for Film and Television program there. And when I was there, I really got inspired by my professors. Actually, I saw what they were doing and thought to myself that, oh, I think I could do that, and I think I would really enjoy it and be good at it. It's funny, today actually we just interviewed one of my old professors, and I got to tell him that he was the reason why I decided to go back to school to become a drama teacher. So yeah, that's I love drama. I love the arts, and yeah, I just really want to just be able to show my passion for it and project that onto others.
I love that. So much passion, so much educational vibes. That's so exciting. So both of you are Brock students, yes? So Brock is all about experiential education, and no matter what degree you're in, you do have opportunities to have some placements and whatnot. So I would just love to hear about some of the placements that you've had through your undergrad and some opportunities that have helped prepare you for when you graduate.
Sure. I haven't had any placements yet. I'm assuming that's going to happen when I head into Teachers College. I guess the only thing that's really prepared me was I found this teaching gig through a children's theater program called Stagecoach. So I work with like the 4 to 6 year olds, and we teach them drama, dance, and singing, and it's been a blast, and I absolutely love it. It's that teaching gig. So yeah, I think that's really prepared me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they're so cute at that age. Like they're so ready to just tackle the world and so full of energy. God bless you. Like I could never. High school all the way. But for me, I was lucky. I had a placement in the falls in my second year, and it was just awesome. I worked in the math resource room. So kids struggling with math would come in, just, Mr. D'Amico, what's up, man? Like, help me with my math. These parabolas, man. I'm just like, fellas, I got you. I understand those parabolas. Let's sit down and bang some work out together. But so that was really enriching and just made my experience awesome. And then even through the drama department, I've had the opportunity to act and be a part of so many productions as well. So lots of great opportunities to get hands-on.
That's so awesome. Yeah, all those placement opportunities are just so as well as a top of experiential education, there's some really cool classes, especially through Marilyn I. Walker. I feel like I heard of one that's like a clown class, which is just like absolutely Awesome. So what are some favorite classes that you've had at Marilyn I. Walker in that downtown center? And what's your favorite part about that campus?
Oh, interesting question. Well,
That's a
favorite,
tough one. Oh
I
yeah.
mean, favorite part of the campus is I think it's just the vibes, right?
Facts are facts.
It's like our tribe is just all together in one building and we all get each other and we all support each other. So I think that's my favorite part of being in that building, and I miss it. I miss being in those studios.
Mm.
And sorry, what was the first question? Favorite class?
Yeah.
For me, like, I mean, I guess it would be like any class that like really relates to teaching drama, but also like this the applied theater classes really surprised me. I had no idea what applied theater was when I entered into Brock. So I found a lot of enjoyment in those classes, and which was very surprising. So
Do you mind to tell our listeners what the applied theater classes are?
sure. How do Luca, you've taken some with me. Like how do we explain it?
Yeah. Honestly, you could spend a whole semester talking about what applied theater is, but essentially, where drama and education is in a classroom setting, teaching participants, applied theater is taking drama and applying it to different communities and different
Oh.
groups
Real
around.
issues and finding a way to solve those issues through a drama experience, I guess is fair
Yeah.
to say. Yeah.
Wow, that sounds really neat. That's so cool. What about you, Luca? What are some of your favorite classes?
It's tough because it's like picking my favorite children, you know? It's like the same thing, but I gotta give some love to some of the amazing professors that I've had, Rachel Rhodes, Suzanne Burchill, and all of the applied theater classes and drama and education classes. But I think like the biggest one that I loved personally was um, Dart 2F50. I think I remember the course code right, but that was the second year acting course. It
Mm.
was brutal. It was a grind. Every day you step foot in that class, you knew that you were going to get pushed. But it's that class that I think really helped me develop my skills as an actor and develop the thespian in me, the William Shakespeare inside me. So much love for that class.
I love it. I was wondering how long the word it would take for the word thespian to come up. It's such a like theater word. Okay, so you guys are here to talk about your podcast. You launched Dear Marilyn. So can you tell us a little bit about the podcast and who some of the people who will be featured are, things like that?
Yeah, sure. Well, the I had this idea starting this podcast, I would say early January 2020. It's heavily inspired by a class that I had in Niagara College when I was studying to become an actor. It was called Up Close and Personal, and they would bring in people from the industry to us, and we were able to interview them and ask them questions about their work or what it was like being in the industry. And when I got to Brock, I was sort of disappointed that like we didn't have anything like that was offered to us.
Mm.
Uh, so so yeah, I sat on this idea for a really long time. I didn't reach out to Luca till mid-November of 2020. And I said like I have this idea for this podcast, or this is what it's going to be about. I want to interview local and surrounding artists just about their journey through the arts. And he was on board. He was all for it, thankfully.
Yeah, we hopped on that ship together and we never looked back and we've just been cruising ever since. And we have a wide assortment of guests on the show, anywhere from actors, directors, playwrights, and they've been everywhere. New York, Los Angeles. So we say local and surrounding, but they have been everywhere throughout the world and doing every little bit and part of the industry.
Mhm.
That sounds so great, and like, what a great way to encourage the arts in our students and for your listeners. What do you think is so important about the arts in today's culture? Like, how does that apply to society as a whole?
I think I think what's important to know, um, about the arts is that, you know, it's funny. Luca and I actually, we did a project last semester on why the arts are important. And, you know, one of our professors, Rachel Rhodes, she had said that, like, you know, we asked her the question, you know, why don't you think people think the arts are important? And she said that she doesn't believe that it fits in like this neoliberal paradigm that we've as a society kind of have formed ourselves in. And I would 100% agree with that. And she also mentioned that she's never had anything else in her life that's more soul nurturing arts. And I really resonated with that a lot. And I agree 100% with everything that she says. Nothing has made me more happier. And a lot of the good qualities that I possess is I truly do believe it's because of my time working in the arts.
Well
Yeah,
said.
and I second every bit of that, Danielle. I think in subjects like math and science, you can learn how the world works, but in subjects like drama and theater, you learn how people work, and you learn what empathy is, and you learn what it's like to walk a mile in someone else's shoes because you're wearing them, you know?
Yeah.
And I think it's that empathy that's so needed in today's world, a world that's consumed by hate and all this stuff, that we need to be able to speak the language of love. And I think drama and theater is one of the best ways to learn that language.
Great.
You guys are making me like, wow, I need to like get more into theater now. Um, what other opportunities? So you've done some, like you're doing your podcast, and what format are you guys releasing that on, by the way?
Anywhere you get podcasts, right, Luca? Like,
Podcasts. Yep. Apple, Spotify, Amazon, Google. You just type in Dear Marilyn podcast and we'll pop up.
Okay, good to know, listeners. That's on you. So what opportunities from Brock, kind of pivoting here? In Brock, you've gone through like 4 years of school. What experiences have you had aside from what we've already talked about? Maybe it's extracurriculars or internships, or what kind of things have you done to engage in your career paths during your time at Brock?
sure. Yeah, I was a part of wasn't one acts, it was something else. Oh shoot. Luca, you and I were both in not in the same play, but it was we got to participate in that directing class where they had to
Oh,
have
Justified.
justifies. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's I got to participate in that, and that was a lot of fun.
What did
Really,
that entail?
it was I was working with a friend of mine who Emma, who was in the directing class, and they had to create a story, but there were some qualifications that they had to meet, right, Luca, or something like that. I didn't
Yeah,
write.
it had to be like an original story, and I think the theme was
They had like,
it
they
was
had
a certain thing. Maybe it was like confrontation or something along those lines. But
requirements, like you know, like especially like with their movements. Do you remember that? Like,
yes,
yeah, it was very interesting.
um,
Not explaining it well. A lot of fun, and you know, it was. I think I hadn't acted in like probably since like it'd been a while, like 6 months or something like that, and it was nice to get back into that environment. Um, but yeah, that's one thing that comes to mind. I apologize that I did not explain it well.
No worries. I feel like I get the gist. How about you, Luca?
yeah, I've been all over the school. I was the in-game host for Brock Sports, cheering on all of our sporting teams, ambassador for a year, helped with our off-campus society, part of the Brock Leaders Citizenship Society. So I've had my hand in a couple little groups here and there at Brock, but yeah, so I've bounced around a little bit, but all of them have just been so much fun, and the connections you form are amazing. And it's so great to meet different people in different fields, because drama kids are weird, man. I'll say it straight up. Like, we're a breed of our own, and meeting a chemistry or a poli sci person, we're just so different, and that's what makes us special and unique. So
Yeah, that's what I love about Brock is like there's all these different faculties, but there's so many ways to engage with the community as a whole. It's so great. So final question for the two of you. Now that you're almost done your undergraduate degrees, what's one piece of advice that you would give to our future Badgers?
Oh boy. Um, hmm. Don't be so hard on yourself, I would say. University can be a lot. I came from college into university, so they're different ball games, and the workload is heavy a lot of the time. So I think like my best advice would continue to work hard, but make sure you take some much needed time for yourself and self-care for sure.
100%.
Yeah. And I 100% echo that. I think for me, it's find your group and know what your support systems are. I think
Mhm.
when I really started excelling in school is when I met my drama posse, my drama family at this point. After 4 years, they feel like family and we just soared together. You enjoy class so much more when you have friendly faces working with you and it's not sitting in a class with a bunch of 20 strangers. It's sitting in the class with people that you know and love, and then using your resources. I think Brock is amazing that it has so many great resources, academic advisors, especially in concurrent education.
Mhm.
Um, Shout out Pina
I
McDonald.
was just about to say
Absolutely love
peanut.
her. Yeah, that woman is amazing. I have nothing but love for her, but use those people because they are angels in that basement in Welch Hall. So
Yeah.
use them and you can't go wrong.
Yeah, you know what? I agree with that. Good. That's a much better answer than mine. And make sure you have some fun. Like I was older when I came into university, so I was more, focused. So I'm going to be 27 soon, so I really forget what it's like to be 18, 19, 20, 21. So yeah, have a little fun as well. Make sure you just enjoy like these 4 years because they're going to go by quickly. But yeah, make a lot of friends.
Make
Preach.
friends, have fun. I love it. Well, that is all the questions I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast and sharing your experience. We hope to see you around campus. Have a great day.
Thank you. You
Awesome.
too.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and thank you for listening to the Brock Let's Talk podcast.
Thanks for joining us. If you have any questions, you can contact us by email at futurestudent@brocku.ca.